Stroud. I'm the owner of GLT Consulting. I grew up on a farm in Missouri, so I've got a long-standing interest in agriculture. Went to graduate school at the University of Arkansas, got a PhD in plant pathology, worked as an R&D rep for Syngenta for a number of years, and then went out on my own, and we've been doing this since 2010. Howler was the first product we evaluated, and then probably for the last 3 years we've included Theia in that as well, and just looked at the spectrum of activity based on the rates, timing, and so we have quite a bit of experience with both of those products. Protocol development. It starts with that. If we're given a good protocol that's well defined in terms of treatments, rates, when to apply, what crop, what diseases, all we have to do is follow it. It's like baking a cake. So it starts with that, and we have had just excellent protocol come from AgBiome that makes it easy for us to fulfill what we're supposed to. Between Scott Walker and Bond McGinnis, they have extensive experience within the ag chemical world, and not only in developing a product like Howler, EVO, or Theia, but also translating the data that I would collect, or anybody across the country, for Scott to Bond, and Bond makes it easy for a grower to take that data and actually apply it to his farm. So those guys are second to none, and I've known them for a long time. I've had several conversations with growers over the past that we've actually done the research. Biologicals 20 years ago compared to AgBiomes today, second to none. 20 years ago, you'd have biological that have just a few diseases that it would control. Once the disease got to a certain level, that was the end of the control. Environmental conditions that it would work under was very restrictive. That is one thing that has absolutely impressed me about the products of AgBiome is it doesn't matter if it's cold, it doesn't matter if it's hot, it doesn't matter if it's a vegetable. The spectrum of these products are huge compared to the old biologicals. When you compare them to synthetics, the residual control might not be quite there, but in a lot of cases it is. And that's another step forward with AgBiome, and the way they've screened their biologicals is they've got a residual that's very similar to the synthetics, which that's unheard of. What comes to mind is safety. A lot of the synthetics, even though years ago EPA came out with a reduced risk where the lethality of the experimental or the pesticides that would come out was not nearly as great as they were 30, 40 years ago, but still, that's first and foremost. The other thing that is critical for a commercial grower to use products, whether synthetic or biologicals like AgBiome has, is they're formulated in such a way that the minute they hit the water in the spray tank, they're in solution and they're ready to go. And I actually find the way AgBiome has formulated their latest compounds, which are commercially available today, they go into suspension so much better than a lot of the formulations of synthetic pesticides, fungicides, nematicides, the like. We do a lot of onion research here, and one of the big problems with onion production in the southeast is a disease called botrytis leaf blight. And because of the way at which the onion leaf grows almost vertical, and it's got that waxy layer, when I first evaluated Howler and Theia on that disease, I was thinking there is no way this is going to work because coverage for a biological is so critical. We had compared it to Switch and a couple other synthetic competitor fungicides. At the end of the trial, we started it in early February, finished it in early April. The AgBiome treatments were just as good statistically, which I've got to go on, to all of the standards, which is crazy to think because of the way at which the onion leaf grows and the waxy layer. Coverage is critical. We were able to achieve that. We've just scratched the surface. Like I said, I've been doing research on these two products for the last 4 years. AgBiome is very interested in continuing to expand the spectrum of pathogens that can be controlled with their products. And so I think as they continually are used in the marketplace as well as given to researchers to investigate that, we're going to see in the next 3 or 4 years 2 products that will stand the test of time controlling these various pathogens to allow growers to maximize yield and feed the world. I'm really excited about the research that we've done with Howler, Evo, and Theia. I think that just broadens that spectrum, adds a bacterial control component to Howler, and this is something that growers normally don't see. Even in synthetics, a product that controls a fungus as well as a bacteria, that's kind of a win-win for a grower. Wonderful, wonderful. They know what they're doing, they're experts in their field, and the company is small enough to where if they see a change that needs to be made that quick, they can make that change. I'm just excited to see down the road what products that continue to come out of the pipeline of AgBiome are going to add to the mix. And I've got 5 more years for my career, and I'm hoping that I can see some outstanding products that can just add to Howler, Evo, and Theia.